Greetings to everyone. Greetings to you all. My name is Charlene, and welcome to another episode of the Call a Friend podcast. Podcast with a difference. What you will hear on this podcast, you will never hear it anywhere else. This is unique. So thank you for joining me today. Welcome. We strive to bring spirit, soul, and body into alignment with the Creator, getting all three to work together as one. So today we continue in the series of our spiritual nursing, and this is episode number 4. So this episode is about 7 steps to become the best of the best. 7 steps to become the best of the best. So can you recall someone, whether professionally or maybe a chance acquaintance, that did or said something to you? Or maybe it was just their mannerism that you will never forget. I still recall the names of 3 of my primary school teachers. And can you believe that? Yes, after 40 years, after so many years, to remember them, 3 of them, because of their attitude, their personality, and how they treated me. They were very kind, gentle, and patient with me and the other students. So, how do you want to be remembered? Or what do you want to be known for? I hope you give this some thought. All right? So, in today's episode, 7 steps to become the best of the best. We're going to look at what this really means and see how we can attain this level of excellence in any and every area of your life. That includes your job or your business. It's going to be interesting. Step 1, have cemented knowledge of the basics. Number 1, you're going to have a cemented knowledge of the basics. So, whichever area you choose to specialize in, whether it's a teacher, a pharmacist, nurse, lobbyist, politician, you have to learn and master the foundational knowledge of that field. Example, I can speak about dialysis because that's the area I mastered. So in this example, I would have to know the basics of dialysis and then build on that knowledge. I would need to know what causes a person to require dialysis, the different types that are available, how this helps the patient, how the machine works, all of that. So all of those would be foundational knowledge I would have to master and then build on that from there. So whatever area you choose, once you master the fundamentals, then you can add more layers on it later on. So if you choose to be a taxi driver, for example, you would want to ensure that your passengers, when they leave your vehicle, they feel like they're being with someone who has some integrity and consideration for others. If you go into a taxi You don't want to be in there all smelly and moldy and smoke. So the integrity of the driver is at stake. So if they want to be the best, they have to make sure they would deal with those things. Fundamentals, right? Okay, so that was just an example. So even after you master your trade, then it is time to continually improve your people skills. This is so important that anyone with whom you interact can say, there is just something about this lady or this gentleman. They have to leave with some positive impression. I hope you agree with that. I do believe that it's important. Step 2, cultivate a growth mindset. What is this all about? Growth mindset? This describes having a way to look at problems as stepping stones. Sort of like the saying which goes, life gives you lemons, you make some lemonade. You could add some ginger in it and spice it up a little bit, right? So this is a growth mindset. And this is going to enable you to continually evolve and adapt in your field. We are talking about being the best of the best. You want to stand out. So let's get practical, right? So if you want to be the best of the best by having a growth mindset, you are going to have some resolve, some determination. If, for example, let's use a CNA, a nursing aide, is asked to care for 6 obese patients, that's kind of an extreme assignment, but just for example's sake. So they are supposed to care for 6 obese patients and wash them and turn them on and all of that. And the assistant that she was supposed to have suddenly have an emergency. What does a growth mindset in this scenario looks like? How would she adapt to this sudden change in the task assigned? Well, she could ask another person for help. She could ensure that she communicates the delay to the residents, the patients, and she has to communicate with the supervisor and try to maybe care for residents that do not need 2 persons assist and just need 1 person. So she would take care of those residents. Later, when help arrives, she would get back to her former task. So you might say to yourself, oh, this is double work. I know what you're thinking. That's double work, right? But trust me, if you have pure intentions, it will not be a burden. Somehow it will work out. I have proven this many times. It always works out. Once you have pure intentions and you know you're not wasting time, you're not hiding from work, it will work out in the end. This is what you call a growth mindset. Okay? So in this aspect of being best of the best, you definitely are going to have to push. It doesn't just come easily. You have to push for this one. So if you have a goal that you want to reach, you want a promotion, you want an increase in your salary, Consistency is key. Consistency. For example, you're always on duty when required. You are on time. You aim to complete tasks ahead of schedule. It may not always happen like that, but that's your goal, to just be ahead. In other words, you want to stand out from the rest. Mediocrity will not be your friend or companion. You want to excel. Mediocrity will not be your friend or your companion. But how would you achieve this? I am glad you asked. Well, you're going to form and develop good habits that align with your goals. Form good habits. For example, for me, as a goal I want to be more spiritual, or as I write it down on my paper, my goal sheet, I want to increase my spiritual acuity. Then I list what is needed for this to happen. Daily reading and prayer, study, meditate. So have a set time for these tasks. When you have a focus like this, over time, success is inevitable. You need to have set goals and a time to do them, and you continue. Success will be inevitable. Some people would say the universe responds and open up to you. I will say God responds and answers your prayers, okay? That's what I would say. So, consistent, steady steps, small goals add up over time. Do you still want to be the best of the best? I hope so. And I do hope this is making sense to you. Remember to share this broadcast, like and subscribe to the channel. And if there's a topic that you would like to hear about, you can also email me or put them in the comments. All right? So I do hope you still want to be the best of the best. It's challenging, but it will be worth it. So step number 4, cultivate emotional intelligence. So by definition, this is basically meaning that you recognize your emotions and you recognize how they affect you and be able to recognize emotions in others. Now you may say that is easier said than done. I agree. And this can be very serious. So let's see how we can just break it down a little bit so that we can use this to be the best of the best. All right, so I would expand on this and say, it is all good to recognize your emotions, but how about if we could actually recognize and identify situations that certainly will trigger certain emotions? Okay, so for example, I know that I do not agree with a particular person, or this person may have a disagreeable spirit. Do you know anyone like that? Well, I have a friend who knows somebody like this, and every encounter produces a headache and stress. Can you imagine? Headache and stress. So to apply emotional intelligence in this particular case, the affected person that would be my friend, must have some knowledge that this is the expected outcome, right? Or of the encounter. And so before the encounter happens, they're going to prepare their mind. They're going to prepare their mind and have a set strategy to counteract or negate any negative effects. So you basically prepare yourself to deal with this sort of person. That is practicing emotional intelligence. You anticipate and you already know what's going to happen with this type of person, so you prepare ahead of time. So at the same time, you are gathering data on this person so that you can plan a strategy. So you're studying them even while you're interacting with them. You are having a strategy. You're studying them, coming up with ways to deal with them. And you kind of know what triggers them, and you just plan accordingly. One strategy that I would use when I know I'm going to be dealing with somebody who, as the saying goes, they rub you the wrong way. My strategy, which works every time, is I have a song. I sing my song. One of my favorite songs to sing is Don't Let Nobody Steal Your Joy. So I sing, have that in my mind going on, and I just get into the mode of victory. Once I get into that, no matter what the person say or do, it's not going to move me. So that is one of the strategy that works for me. So you can come up with your own strategy. And that is how you practice, or one of the ways to practice, emotional intelligence as you want to be the best of the best. This is very important. I hope you're getting it so far. So step number 5. Don't be afraid to lead and to influence. You want to be the best of the best? Don't be afraid to lead and to be of influence. So this kind of goes without question. So if you're going to be a part of the best, you most likely maybe be called upon to be a leader. But you must not be afraid to do so. Use your knowledge and skills to inspire others. Don't hold on to knowledge. Share your knowledge to uplift others. Don't have this, as Jamaicans have the saying, crab in a barrel mentality. You know, crabs in a bucket or something, they're climbing on top of each other. And at the end of the day, nobody get out because they're all pulling each other down. So you cannot have that kind of a mindset or mentality if you want to be the best of the best. You have to be willing to share your knowledge, help others. Don't be afraid to do so. This will not serve your purpose if you're going to have a crab in a barrel mentality. Pulling down others will not serve your purpose. Only if you can help others, lead them, show them the way, then your efforts will create an impact far beyond your success and the success of the person you help. I think I need to repeat that one. Help others, lead them, show them the way. Your efforts is going to go far further in creating an impact in that person. It goes beyond that person and it goes beyond you. It have a ripple effect that goes far and wide. So have that mindset to help others. And because whatever you do today is going to come back to you tomorrow. It's going to come back to you tomorrow, whether it's good or bad, it's going to come back. So you want good, you sow good. You sow good seeds, you help others. I cannot overemphasize that enough. Sow good seeds. Help people. You will not lose. You cannot lose. Okay. Step number 6. Surround yourselves with excellence. Surround yourself with excellence. So there are some proverbs saying, like birds of a feather flock together. A lot of people know that one. Show me your friends and I will tell you who you are. These proverbs are meant to deliver the message. Be careful of the company that you keep and the people in your life. Don't forget the topic. You're going to be the best of the best. Surround yourself with excellence. Be careful of the company that you keep. Be careful. And the people in your life. You're going to have people who have ambition. People who want to reach somewhere in life. So if you're serious about being the best of the best, then you have to aspire, strive to be in a company or the community of like-minded people. People who have high standards of excellence. When you put yourself in an environment of passionate, highly skilled, and driven individuals, guess what happens? It rubs off on you. Yes, it does. That means it will begin to affect your way of thinking. As you listen to them, you observe them, you learn from them. It slowly rubs off on you, and you will be able to adjust your way of thinking. You will see success and realize, if they can do it, so can I. No excuse allowed. No excuse. You can start doing this by joining the Call a Friend network on Facebook, because we are striving for excellence, to build a community of like-minded people striving for excellence in whatever area we are. And most and fundamental, spiritual stability, spiritual, ambitions to go higher, to be very well versed in the spirit. So you have that supernatural wisdom. You see things before they even do happen. Okay? That's for another time. But I do encourage you to join the Call a Friend network on Facebook, and we will talk further. We will communicate. We will build that community. So step number 7 in this process of being the best of the best. Embrace setbacks as a learning opportunity. So things happen all the time. It's a part of life. The important thing is what you do when it happens, when bad things happen. I'm encouraging you to embrace setbacks as learning opportunities. So this speaks to your outlook on any given situation. Is the glass half full or half empty? Both statements are correct, right? It just depends on how you look at it. So it is with your business or career or mission in life or community project. Whatever it is that you are pursuing with excellence, you must have a positive outlook at all times. This does not mean that you don't acknowledge if a problem exists, but it simply means you look at how to fix it. You look at how to fix the problem. You focus on the solution to the problem, and you do this all the time. You learn from your mistakes, refine your approach. So each time you overcome the hurdles, you are in fact equipping yourself with the necessary skills just to navigate any future setbacks that may come. So when something happens, you fix it, it comes again, you already know how to deal with it. So I encourage you just to embrace setbacks. Don't run away in fear or dismay. You encounter a problem, you face it. Don't run away. God did not give us the spirit of fear. God did not give us the spirit of fear. Fear is simply false evidence appearing real. It's not real. I encourage you, go forward with boldness. Let that bravery come out of you. If God is for you, no one can stand against you. No one can stand against you. Thank you so much for watching today. I thank you in advance for sharing this broadcast, subscribing, and I appreciate you taking the time out to be with me today. And I do encourage you to subscribe to the channel and share it with your family and friends, because this information is for everybody. Everybody. No matter what career path you are on, whether you're in the medical field, in the teaching, legal, doesn't matter. We are all in this together, and we can all use helpful information to become better and to help others to become better as well. Thank you so much, and I will see you again next time. Let me tell you the next episode, number 5. The next episode, I'm going to be doing the last 3 episodes, 5, 6, and 7, and I will focus on dialysis. So it's going to be very interesting. So if you know someone who is on dialysis, or if they work in that field, encourage them to join in the broadcast and listen. I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt, they're going to learn something. Okay? And this is for everybody, not just those in dialysis. Everybody. Thank you. God bless you. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.